Hey guys, welcome back, or if it's the first time here, welcome. I really hope you enjoyed today's video as well as my channel. Definitely do not forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you do. So today's video is actually going to be a little bit of a throwback. Now, I was very inspired by ShanXO's video where she basically took a bunch of her old favorite products and then she put them all over her face. So the makeup look that I have on my face today was actually created by using products that I used to love when I was like 16, 17, and they're products that I honestly have not used in a really long time. Like, they have just been sitting sort of like in the back of my drawer, so it was really nice to rediscover them today and to sort of remember why I like them so much in the first place. And it's pretty cool because these are the products that basically first introduced me to the world of makeup. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely let me know in the comments some of your old favorites. I think that'd be really fun to hear. Give this video a big thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you're not subscribed already. So without further ado, let's get into it. Sort of tripping me out a little bit. I'm looking down at all of the products right now and it's really like throwing me back to when I was like 16, 17 doing my makeup. So we're first gonna start off with the face, and I'm gonna prime my skin first with my Benefit Professional. Now, it's pretty funny because I actually remember stealing this from my mom's makeup vanity because I remember hearing so many people talk about it on YouTube, and I didn't have it in my own collection, but my mom did. So I would always go to her vanity in the morning and put on some of this because I really wanted to see what it was like. And then at one point I remember actually getting my own tube and I used it all the time. And honestly, I would never use this product today because it really just isn't great for my skin. My skin is really dry, and I find that this product sort of like pills on me a little bit. So I'm a little bit scared to be applying it on my face today because I just don't know how it's gonna look, but hopefully it will be all right. I'm just gonna press this into my skin, specifically like in my cheek area, to fill in some pores. Pores are filled. So as for my favorite foundation back in the day, the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer was definitely my jam. This was like the only thing that I put on my face. When I first started doing my makeup, I honestly could not stand foundation. I hated the way that it felt on my face. It always felt so heavy, and I just really couldn't go through like a whole day wearing it. And this was like the only product that I was able to wear that actually didn't bother me. So it was either I would wear this or I would just wear concealer basically all over my face. So I haven't put this on my face in years, and I totally forget what this is like. So I'm really excited actually to see how it looks. I definitely remember this being a very light coverage. I'm gonna blend it in with my beauty blender. So this definitely has very light coverage, like it really barely covered up anything on my face. It sort of just evened out my skin tone slightly, and it definitely feels really lightweight on the skin. Like, I barely even feel it. And the smell, man, oh my god, it just brings me back. Honestly, I may start using this again because it's actually looking really pretty and it's giving my skin a really nice glow. And honestly, like, you could look so close on your skin and you don't even see this product. So now I'm gonna move on to my eyes. I'm gonna prime them first with my Urban Decay Primer Potion. This was basically the only primer that existed on YouTube. Nobody used anything else, and that's why I initially got into it, because I mean, if you guys didn't know, I was like a huge YouTube fan. It was the only thing that I did when I got home from school. So basically all the makeup that I bought was from YouTube, was from like recommendations that I heard other people talk about. So this was definitely a big one for me. It was the only one that I used, and I remember using the one that used to have like the wand that you would just like swipe on your lid. I actually prefer that. I've really been using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot for what feels like years now. It's sort of the only primer that I've just been going towards. But I do know that the Primer Potion is really good. It's a classic. You really can't go wrong with it. So now moving on to my eyeshadow. Oh my god, this is gonna be such a throwback. It's the Naked palette. Oh, this is actually the original Naked palette that I bought. I honestly never use this anymore, but it used to be the only eyeshadow palette that I had. I just remember so vividly going to my mom in her bedroom and asking her if we could go to Sephora to pick this up because I wanted it so badly. This definitely got some good use back in the day. So I'm gonna go first into Naked, which is this shade right over here. It's sort of just like the neutral brown in the palette on a fluffy brush. So I'm just gonna apply this in my upper crease. I remember Sin, which is this shade right over here, being my favorite color in this palette. I just remember taking Sin and just smacking it all over my eyelid and not using any other eyeshadow, and that's what I did. for my makeup. So now that I know so much more about makeup and I definitely know what I prefer, when I look at this palette, I really wish that they had a few staples in here and a few more matte shades. And I also wish that they had a shade that was much deeper than Buck as like a really nice deepener. I feel like that would just even make me want to use the palette more. So now I'm gonna go into Buck in my crease. I feel like I don't even have much of a choice because it's the only other matte shade. So I'm just gonna pop this into the crease right below Naked. Honestly though, these eyeshadows are blending really nicely. Definitely don't have any complaints about that. So next I'm gonna be taking this Charlotte Tilbury, the Retoucher Conceal and Treat Stick. Now this is definitely not an old favorite considering I literally just took it out of this package and it's brand new. I've never even used it before, but I just want a little bit of concealer to just clean up this crease a little bit so that it looks like a cut crease. And this is just what I have right next to me, so it's what I'm gonna use. And then I'm going to clean up the line of that crease so that it looks nice and sharp. I'm going to go into Sin. I mean, how could I not? Like I said, it was my favorite shade in the palette. It was almost the only one that I used in here. So I'm gonna grab it on a flat shader brush. I'm gonna pack this all over my lid. Can't go wrong with this shade. It's so beautiful. It's sort of like a champagne pink. Has a really nice glow to it. I love it. So as for my liquid eyeliner, if you used to watch my videos like way back in the day, if you were like an OG subscriber, then you definitely remember the era of the L'Oreal Super Slim liquid eyeliner. It was the only liquid eyeliner I would ever use. I have found ones that I do prefer since then, but it is still a really nice one and I do still have it in my collection and I use it every once in a while. So I'm going to just create a wing with this. What I like about this liquid eyeliner is that it actually has a really, really long tip, and that makes it really easy to create a very quick wing. And it's also really, really thin at the end, so you can get a very sharp and precise line. So now moving on to concealer, this is the Rimmel Wake Me Up. I remember getting both my mom and my sister into this product, and my sister still uses this product to this day. She actually still really enjoys it. Now, I haven't used this in a very, very long time. I didn't even have a current tube of it. I had to go to the drugstore and pick one up, but I do remember really enjoying it, so I'm excited to see if this still works on me because it was literally the only thing I used. So I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyes. And we're gonna highlight a bit with this today, why not? So now I'm going to blend this out with my Beauty Blender, and this is going to be the moment of truth. Let's see how it looks. Feel like this concealer has not really much coverage, but it does look really nice. Like it looks super lightweight. But it really didn't cover as much as I normally would like it to cover. I feel like you still see a lot of like purple in that area, but it looks super, super lightweight underneath the eyes. I feel like I'm gonna wear this now for like my everyday makeup because this is really pretty and almost gives your under eyes a little bit of a glow. It says that it has an anti-fatigue effect and radiant glow to it, so makes sense. Now, as far as my favorite powder goes, I didn't have one because I never use powder. So we are going to leave this whole face completely unpowdered. Hopefully my under eyes don't become a huge creasy mess. Fingers crossed. So now let's move on to my mascara. Tarte Lights Camera Lashes was definitely a favorite of mine. I actually stopped using this because it started to smudge on me and I just found some other mascaras that I do prefer. So I'm just gonna apply this to my upper and lower lashes. Holy crap. This made my lower lashes so long. So I literally got mascara all over my face, so I'm just gonna let that dry and I'm gonna scrape it off a little bit later, so try and just disregard that. So now let's move on to bronzer. NARS Laguna. Now this is definitely a cult favorite from NARS. Everybody and their dog basically had this bronzer from NARS. I actually got into this because of my mom. My mom used to use Laguna bronzer, and whenever I would want to do my makeup, like I said, I had probably like 3 things in my own collection, so I would always go to my mom's vanity and apply some of her makeup to my face, and I would always use some Laguna bronzer. And I remember she actually hit pan on her bronzer, so she gave me the one that she was almost completely out of, and I used that one and she bought a new one, and that's when I really fell in love with this product. So Laguna bronzer has definitely been like a part of my collection for a very, very long time. So I'm gonna take this Ginormo powder brush. This is the E41 from Morphe. I just feel like there are so many bronzers out there now that I have been using and trying and sort of just forgot about this one because I've had it for so long. But honestly, you can't go wrong with an old favorite. You know, it's hilarious that each product I'm trying, I'm like, man, why don't I use this anymore? So as far as some old favorite blushes, I have two that I used to always go to. One of them is Benefit Rockateur. I did depot it. It's like a really bronzy, warm pink with a little bit of a sheen to it. So it just looks so pretty. I have not used this in the longest time. Now, another one of my old favorite blushes, which I definitely would not wear now, is this really, really bright cool tone one from MAC. This is still the original blush that I used to wear. It's all cracked and like messed up, and I did depot it, and I totally don't know what the name is, but I will find it and put it in the description box down below. But this is the one that I would always wear. I don't know why, because it's so like bright and in your face, but man, this is what I was into, I guess. So I think I'm going to go for Rockateur today because I feel like this will go with the look a little bit more, and this is just such a pretty blush. Honestly, I regret depotting this because I feel like I don't use it as much because I did depot it. So I almost want to buy it again, not depotted, because it's so pretty. Oh my God, why don't I use this anymore? This is so nice. You see the little sheen that it gives my cheek? Damn. Now, as for my favorite highlighter, it was definitely MAC Soft and Gentle. I've said this story before on my channel, but I actually bought it thinking that it was a giant eyeshadow. I remember like picking it up and like swatching it and just being like, I wonder why anybody would need such a big eyeshadow. And I bought it and I used it as an eyeshadow for the longest time, and this was way before highlighting was ever a thing. And then once I realized it was actually meant to be a cheek highlighter, then that's what I used it as, and it was the only highlighter that I had for a very, very long time. Now, unfortunately, I don't have MAC Soft and Gentle anymore. I threw it out not too long ago because it was so old. So as for my brows, this is what I use. This is the Anastasia brow powder, and this is the original one that I had. If you couldn't tell, it's in the original Anastasia packaging. It's in the shade dark brown. There's quite a dent in it, but I definitely am not even close to finishing this product. So I'm gonna just dip my brush into both these shades over here, and I'm gonna start to fill my brows with this. Now, I still love this product. I actually still use it quite often. I keep it in my everyday vanity, and I use it when I want a more natural brow look, and obviously it's lasted me quite some time since I still have it. But you see how like quick and easy that was just to like fill in my brow, and the color is so spot on too. So as for lips, I actually used to be way more adventurous when it came to lip color, especially compared to now. Now I always go for nudes, pinky nudes, especially on an everyday basis. But back then I was so into like berry shades. MAC Rebel was definitely my favorite lipstick. This is the only lipstick I think I've ever finished. Just gonna quickly line my lips with MAC Night Moth. This is a perfect color for Rebel. Just know that back in the day, I never lined my lips, and whenever I would wear this color, which is like a pretty deep color, and it's something that I would definitely recommend using a lip liner for, it would look so messy and just all over the place. Ooh, it makes me cringe just thinking about it. Ugh. I feel like I wish that the color was like a touch more pigmented, because it is a little bit more on the sheer side, and you really have to like build it up. And for something so dark, I just wish I didn't like see my lip color through it, you know? So that actually completes the makeup look using all of my old favorites. It's actually pretty cool because I didn't know how to do my makeup like this when I was using all these products. And now I feel like I want to start incorporating them more in like my everyday makeup routine because I do really, really like them still. So guys, that is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Definitely let me know what you thought in the comments, and do not forget to let me know also some of your old favorites because I would really, really love to know. Give this video a big thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.